Good day to you all. My name is Raj Thavaratnasingham, and I have been with the Canadian Tamil Congress since January of 2009. And from day one, I have been involved in advocacy work with them. And my first interaction with them and the Tamil issue was when we all went. Canadian Tamil Congress was represented by David Poobalapillai. I came through another organization, and there was a Montreal group. We all went to Ottawa to make a presentation to International Development and Foreign Affairs called FAE report, which was looking into Canada and the crisis in Sri Lanka, report of the Standing Committee on Foreign Affairs. So this was done in the early part of 2009. We all went there and gave evidence. This report was published in May of 2009. If you have time, please Google it and go and have a look at this report. During this time, Gary Anandasangari, his spouse, and David Poobalapillai went to Geneva to meet with the then High Commissioner for Human Rights and met with the Honorable Navi Pillai there. She told them very clearly that don't use the word genocide, as it doesn't work in advocacy work. Therefore, use war crimes and crime against humanity. So I have known Gary since 2009, and from that time up until just before he got elected as the MP, he has always used the word war crimes and crime against humanity, even in meetings, many meetings that we have had at the CTC in front of so many people. So never genocide. What happened on May 18, 2009 was devastating for Tamil community all around the world. On 19th of May 2009, Germany approached the UNHRC and asked for a special session that was granted for the 26th and 27th of May. However, Sri Lanka, with the help of Cuba, managed to get a counter resolution put on the floor, and which in turn got passed with 29 countries voting for the resolution and only 12 opposing it. In that particular resolution, all the countries praised Sri Lanka for bringing the war to an end. Very unfortunate day again for Tamils, but that's what happened. Canada, as it was a founding member of UNHRC from day one, tried to get this resolution back again in September of 2009, but because of lack of vote, they couldn't do it. Today, as I walk you through the UNHRC process, I will also talk about genocide, International Criminal Court or ICC, and International Court of Justice or ICJ. I was with CTC board for many years before I became two-term president for 4 years, and since then I have been with the CTC advisory board till I resigned in January of this year. But I'm still a very good supporter of CTC, very ardent supporter, I would say, and still involved in their advocacy work. But also, as I'm not in the executive, I can say a lot of things that I was not able to say when I was in the executive. Going to the subject, in June 2010, UN Secretary General finally appointed two panels to look into what happened in Sri Lanka during the war. The first one was called the Patriot Report. The report was asked to do that from June of 2010. It was submitted in November of 2012 and called the Patriot Report. They had to look into what happened in Sri Lanka and what was the UN response to that internally. The second report was called the expert panel report, and then again 3 people were appointed for that particular report, and they were asked to look into the accountability aspect of what happened in Sri Lanka. The report was handed over in April of, this particular report was handed over in April of 2011, consisting of 196 pages. This is the Petrie report. Again, it's 120 pages. And the report on Secretary General panel of experts was 196 pages. And if you read through this report, you will see that only at 3 places genocide has been mentioned in the report, and that's also only for explanatory purposes. But 32 times there is mention of war crimes and crimes against humanity, often relating to some incident that happened in Sri Lanka. So during this time, Tamil people were left without anything that was going on in their favor. So TNA took it upon themselves. As far as I understand, sometime during this period, Sambandhan, Sumandran, Mavai Senadiraja, and one more person, if I'm not mistaken, came to the US State Department and asked them that they should lead the process in the UNHRC to bring perpetrators of the war crimes to justice. Secretary General did not send this report. Remember, I said that report of the expert panel was given to him in April of 2011. He did not send to UNHRC till September of 2011, which is 5 months later. So US brought the first resolution to Geneva and tabled it in March of 2012. The first Sri Lanka resolution, which was taken up, passed with 24 voting for the resolution, and all Sri Lanka had to do was to implement some of the provisions in the lesson learned and reconciliation report that was produced by Sri Lanka itself, and adhere to some of the international norms and come back and report, and also let UNHRC give them all of the support that they needed to come up with this report. However, none of those provisions were implemented by Sri Lanka, so they were back again asking for an extension, or they didn't ask for an extension, UNHRC gave an extension, but more provisions in the UNHRC resolution was added, and time was given till 2014. We knew right from the get-go that 2014 was going to be a very important resolution. So CTC actually paid for a lawyer to go to Geneva in 2014 in the month of February, well in advance of the session starting, and be there to work through this process, and also come back again in March during the session to advocate for this resolution. I must add here that even USD PAC during this time has engaged independent diplomat lobby group in the US to advocate for a stronger resolution, and they were paying quite a large sum of money every month, and CTC provided this payment for 1 month. So this particular report was to be taken up and come back and reported to the High Commissioner of Human Rights in 2015. High Commissioner appointed 3 experts to look into this, and one of them is Martti Ahtisaari, former president of Finland and the Nobel Peace Prize winner in 2008. Unfortunately, just 5 months ago, he passed away. I must thank him for his work, and may he rest in peace. So at the beginning of 2015, Sri Lankan government changed, and a new government came in, and it was more amenable to come in to co-sign the UN resolution in Geneva. So on 16th of September 2015, the report that was asked to be done was completed, and it was submitted to the High Commissioner. So by the time the High Commissioner had changed, and and Honorable Zaid Hussain, when he was asked that question by a reporter on the 16th of September, whether there was any finding of genocide, he very clearly indicated, while it cannot preclude it from being mentioned in the future, at the moment there was no finding of genocide in that report. This particular report, once again, it's 259 pages, and an excellent report if you have time to read it. And genocide is mentioned 12 times as a footnote or as an explanatory note, never as an actionable item. And war crimes have been reported 32 times, often for as a fact-finding information. So it's important to note all of these, because when we talk about genocide, war crimes, and all of that. So once again, we continued with that, and the progress from 2015, when Sri Lanka co-signed the resolution, to 2020, when they left, or they decided that they were no longer going to co-sign the resolution. There was not much activity that was taking place. 2017, 2019, the co-signed resolutions were extended, but it gave an opportunity for people in Sri Lanka a little more freedom than they had before. So while this government was in place, I know some people went from diaspora and set up advocacy organization there, NGOs there. They took part in Hartal, protest, and all of that. But on the other hand, people like CTC, US TPAC, BTF, which we have been partnering together since 2009, we went ahead with our work that we have done as before. At the same time, we also partnered with CTC, partnered with GTF for international advocacy work. So when the pause was continuing, we had meetings in USA. So you can see GTF, CTC, and BTF was involved in that. Then met with the new High Commissioner, where GTF, CTC, BTF, and US TAG was involved in that. And then even in 2017, when we were in Geneva, we formed an alliance with the Northern Province Muslim community, that is between CTC, BTF, and US TPAC. So Sri Lanka officially withdrew from the UN resolution in March 2020. We knew that 2021 was going to be a very important year. So CTC prepared a yes vote poster during the session and sent it to all 47 members, in addition to all the advocacy work that we do. We also translated, for the first time, we translated in French and Spanish and sent those letters. And some part of the High Commissioner's report. It was COVID time, and I remember GTF was submitting, because some of the missions have asked for translated copies of these, because they were not translated immediately into French and Spanish. And GTF also got, in addition to these two languages, GTF also got Arabic translated and gave it to this mission. Though at that time there was a push to have all of the diaspora members sign a common letter in addition to the Tamil politician, it didn't work out. So we went our separate ways. We submitted letters separately. Many of them asked for ICC referral, referendum, etc. But none of them were added to the resolution. The resolution then, the final resolution that had been passed on Sri Lanka was in September of 2022. And the initial Sri Lanka accountability project that was um, introduced in 2021 was expanded in 2022. And so in order to make sure that people vote for that, CTC produced 47 binders like this, which was given to all 47 members of the UNHRC, in addition to our usual letter writing and emailing them. So the reports have been done. There are two major reports have been done, one by UN and one by UNHRC. 8 resolutions have been passed by UNHRC. None of them contain the word genocide, ICC, referendum, etc. They have words like implementing 13th Amendment, devolution of power, war crimes and crimes against humanity, etc. So I must add here that in a crucial vote in 2014, when a major country approached diaspora to canvass in 2 African countries, its TNA and CTC representative who flew the same day to Africa to canvass 2 days before the vote. When many organizations and individuals have protested outside the UNHRC building, in some cases all over the world, they even burned the resolution. CTC has been steadfast in its commitment to go through this process because this was the only one that's available for us then, and even now this is the only one that's available. So this is something that was practical, doable, and that's why we always use the word war crimes and crimes against humanity, because it was easy to explain to other missions when we are there with them on advocacy work. So see the facts. I mean, you have to see the facts yourself. To a question posed by TGTE in 2021 to the UK government, the UK government, through the Foreign Office, responded in writing in March 2021, saying that ICC referrals is not possible because Sri Lanka is not a signatory to the Rome Statute. That's number one. Number two is referral through the Security Council is not possible. They said not possible because China and Russia will immediately veto it. Remember, I said that there was a report that was produced by the expert panel. Even when that report was being produced, China and Russia had opposed it. Coming to genocide, there's nothing in 2 reports, none in the resolution. And then if you watch the recent video where Honorable MP from Fort Saskatchewan is questioning Honorable Bob Rae on genocide, many times he tried to get him to answer. And finally, Honorable Bob Rae admits that genocide is not an official position of the Canadian government. In fact, if you look at the interview our UN ambassador gave to a young reporter regarding genocide, the young reporter was asking, Jimmy Carianius has said it's genocide. Is that your position from Bob Rae? And the Bob Rae has answered no. The 3 private member motion, Gary Anandasangari pass, answered 417 of May of 1529, that was defeated. Answered 437 of June 19, 2019, and answered 074 of May 18, 2022, which were passed, are simply an expression of the members of the federal parliament, not the government position, not the Canadian government position, though Gary Anandasangari has been saying in Tamil using the word Canadian government passed. This is very deceptive, I must say. If that's not good enough, look at US House Resolution number 427 of May of 18, 2023. In the 8-page resolution, at one place they're quoting the Northern Provincial Council resolution, the famous Genocide resolution from NPC. The US House completely omits the word genocide and only uses war crime in this resolution. Another argument I have heard is, if we don't say it, nobody will. That's not the answer for our issue when you're dealing internationally with international players. Armenians have been saying this for over 100 years. When you deal with local politics or businesses, you can use the term you want for your own benefit. Even then, you are deceiving our people who are waiting for years for justice. However, if it's international, you play by the international rule. CTC never, ever attacked any other organization for using the word genocide or for anything else. Why are everybody ganging up and attacking CTC? There is no harm in taking different routes when the ultimate goal is to bring peace, justice, equality, and dignity for our people. You keep to what you want to say, and CTC will keep to what CTC want to say. Hopefully, the Sri Lanka Accountability Project report due in the 57th session in September 2024 give us all an answer. Last one left is the International Court of Justice. ICJ is an organ of the UN. They give advisory opinions only, and between countries, that too. Even if a country is willing to take our case to ICJ in front of 15 judges, first question is it feasible? Where is the internationally accepted evidence at the moment? Why are we going out to ICJ when we don't know what the outcome is? Now, even if you take the Israel-Palestinian issue from 1967, when the war started, when the 67 war started, it's 57 years since then, and still both these entities had war. Do people in Sri Lanka have that much time? When I attend meeting internationally, like the Berlin Common Framework Agreement Conference at the Berger Foundation, or the Zurich Diaspora Dealing with the Past Conference, people call me and CTC a traitor for not saying the same thing as they do. All I say to all of them is, even if you combine all of you together, you don't come close to what CTC has done for Tamil people. If you have time, I urge you to watch the video that follows, and you can make up your mind. See you all till next time with another video that I plan on putting it out soon. Thank you for watching, and you have a good day.
Welcome to an in-depth exploration through the Canadian Tamil Congress and its remarkable journey since its establishment in 2001. In this documentary, we will delve into the various facets of CTC's initiatives, highlighting its unwavering dedication to preserving cultural heritage, championing human rights and humanitarian causes, advocating for change, and fostering community development. Since 2015, CTC has led the annual Tamil Fest, a vibrant street festival showcasing Tamil culture, cuisine, and art. It boosted local businesses, with the 2023 event drawing 275,000 attendees, 3 stages, and 130 stalls. Our ambitious vision is to make Tamil Fest one of Canada and North America's premier multicultural festivals, celebrating Tamil culture's rich tapestry. Since 2008, the Tamil Canadian Walk, hosted annually by the CTC, has been a vital fundraiser transforming lives in Canada and Sri Lanka. In 2023, it achieved a record-breaking milestone by raising $100,000, which funded a science lab and classrooms in Dehiyuvata Tamil Mahavidyalayam, benefiting the Tamils in upcountry area, as 2023 marked the 200th year of the upcountry Tamils' move to Sri Lanka. This project ensures Tamil students in that district have access to quality education in Tamil. The Tamil Canadian Walk's ultimate goal is to improve the lives of vulnerable communities through humanitarian aid, and so far has donated over $700,000, including 7 charities in Canada and projects like supporting medicine for district hospitals, palliative care in Jaffna. CTC maintains a website called tamilcanadianwalk.ca where more information can be found. Since 2001, CTC has been solemnly commemorating Black July Remembrance Day across Canada. This day honors the survivors and remembers the tragic events of Black July 1983. One significant achievement is the collection of written and video survivor testimonies archived on the website blackjuly83.com. Our education mission is to preserve unaltered history, ensuring future generations learn from the past and never forget the lessons and memories of Black July. Since April 2009, CTC has consistently pursued accountability at the UNHRC, engaging with key figures like former UN Human Rights Chief Navi Pillai. Our advocacy spans significant resolutions from 2012 to 2022. We continue to actively engage on the global stage, meeting with US State Department officials, Canadian representatives, and participating in UNHRC discussions in Geneva and other foreign capitals. CTC also worked on the sanction files, advocating for over 4 years. Our dedicated team of legal and public affairs professionals remain committed to seeking justice and accountability for the Tamil people. In 2009 and 10, the Ocean Lady and Sunsea ships arrived on Canada's east coast with Tamil asylum seekers, initially labeled as terrorists by the Canadian government. CTC was the first Tamil organization to offer support, providing essential telecommunication services and fighting tirelessly for their initial entry and acceptance into Canada. This underscores our commitment to serving the Tamil community in times of need, both within and outside Canada, advocating for their welfare and rights. CTC proudly maintains the TamilJourney86.com website, dedicated to the 1986 boat journey where 155 Tamils off the coast of Newfoundland were rescued by fishermen. This historic act of humanity by local fishermen remains largely unrecognized in public forums, except when over 135 Tamils headed by CTC went to St. John's to honor the fishermen in 2016. CTC's website aims to pay homage to the event, honoring the refugees' bravery and the Newfoundland's community's compassion. As Canadians and members of the Tamil diaspora, we believe it's essential to acknowledge and celebrate this momentous event, ensuring it holds a rightful place in our shared history. Center for Leadership and Innovation, CFLI, empowers youth by fostering leadership and public speaking skills, nurturing future Tamil Canadian leaders and influencers. CFLI was a brainchild of CTC in 2012. In March 2018, CTC became the first diaspora organization to engage in a 2-day cultural exchange with the Tyendinaga Mohawk territory, with 130 members participating. Since 2021, CTC actively supports Truth and Reconciliation Day through fundraising, promoting inclusivity and mutual respect among diverse communities. Since 2019, CTC has celebrated International Women's Day by honoring and empowering women in the community through awards and workshops. These events highlight women's vital contributions across society, serving as a course of inspiration and recognition for their achievements and potential in various fields. CTC organizes the Mullivaikal Remembrance to honor the lives lost in May 2009, either by announcements virtually or in person in the Parliament. The 1st, 2nd, 5th, and 10th year remembrance were held in the Parliament in the presence of MPs, senators, and others. This event not only allowed the Tamil community to grieve, but also educate other communities, ensuring the dignified remembrance of the Mullivaikal tragedy. In 2014, mayoral race was an important one. The Canadian Tamil Congress played a vital role in fostering civic engagement by hosting the Toronto mayoral debate in Scarborough. Esteemed mayoral candidates, including Olivia Chow, Doug Ford, David Sokonaki, Karen Stintz, and John Tory, participated in a lively and insightful debate. The debate was just one example of CTC's commitment to embracing political discourse and empowering citizens in the democratic process. CTC has consistently facilitated many such forums. On January 21, 2014, CTC achieved a significant legal victory when the Ontario Supreme Court ruled in its favor in a defamation lawsuit against Rohan Gunaratna. This triumph exemplifies CTC's unwavering commitment to preserving its integrity and reputation. CTC consistently upholds high ethical standards, refraining from disparaging others and opting for legal and ethical means to defend the truth. CTC remains steadfast in upholding these standards and will continue to address challenges through diplomatic and lawful approaches. In 2017, CTC hosted a key conference to promote economic sustainability in Sri Lanka's northern and eastern provinces, fostering dialogue and collaboration for regional development. This commitment continued with the creation of the Northeast Economic Development Center, also known as NEED Center, a central hub for economic initiatives. Projects like the Canada Beticular Friendship Farm and the Thenna Maravari Farming Initiative near Trincomalee focus on sustainable development, job creation, and economic independence. These initiatives align with CTC's vision for community-driven economic empowerment and sustainability. During the COVID pandemic, CTC expanded its humanitarian efforts by delivering essential food aid to Sri Lankan communities and assisting Tamil rehabilitation camps in India. This demonstrated CTC's dedication to helping those affected by a global crisis. During the COVID-19 pandemic, CTC also expressed solidarity with the frontline workers by donating $10,000 to Markham Stouffville Hospital. CTC achieved a historic milestone by unveiling a monument in Bedek, Prince Edward Island, to honor Canadian Tamil scholar G.U. Pope. This event, held in Pope's birthplace on July 23, 2023, drew hundreds of attendees, including his family, political leaders, and community members. CTC also gifted a statue of G.U. Pope to the Bedek Historical Museum, aiming to commemorate his scholarly contributions to Tamil language and literature and promote tourism in the area, while enhancing awareness of Tamil language's presence in Canada. In 2013, CTC hosted the first FETNA convention outside of the USA at Toronto's Sony Centre, a celebration of Tamil culture and unity, gathering Tamils from across North America to share, learn, and celebrate their heritage. In 2016, Sampur Housing Project reflects CTC's dedication to providing essential support. Through housing facilities, CTC has greatly improved living conditions and enhanced the quality of life for many in need. For over 15 years, CTC has celebrated Thai Pongal, and since 2017, Tamil Heritage Month, with over 800 attendees. CTC also celebrates Tamil Heritage Month, participating with major cities in the GTA. These events highlight Tamil culture and honor exceptional community members and supporters with awards, emphasizing the vibrancy of the community. The creation of Tamil Chair at the University of Toronto Scarborough in 2021, endowed with $3 million, is a significant achievement for CTC. This academic chair advances Tamil studies, safeguarding and promoting Tamil language and culture in academia. The Made in Mullaitivu initiative by CTC empowers women in the region by creating a Made in Mullai brand with a focus on establishing a handloom sari industry. This project aims to provide sustainable job opportunities and enhance the skills of women, promoting economic independence and community empowerment. CTC brought together 350 Tamils to celebrate Canada's 150th birthday in Ottawa in 2017, and also spearheaded various events like tree planting, blood donation, collecting UNHRC testimonials, and an all-party debate in Canadian Parliament in 2009. CTC is also the only Tamil community member of the Canadian Multicultural Council for Asians in Ontario since 2017. Through these impactful initiatives, CTC showcases the strength of community action and cultural heritage. We honor and celebrate CTC's journey as a beacon of hope and change in the Tamil community and beyond. This video pays tribute to the enduring spirit of the Canadian Tamil Congress, symbolizing resiliency, unity, and progress in the face of challenges.